We begin with our top story. Right now, the Republican-controlled U.S. House of Representatives voted to formally authorize its ongoing impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. The U.S. president questioned the priorities of House Republicans and called it a baseless Republican impeachment stunt. Now, the House voted on partisan lines 221 to 213 to launch the inquiry. Now, Republicans are rallying behind the politically charged process. And despite lingering concerns among some in the party that the investigation has yet to produce evidence of misconduct by the president, the House Republicans are examining whether Biden improperly benefited from his 53-year-old son Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings when he served as vice president from 2009 to 2017 under Barack Obama. Now, the Republicans have zeroed in on his son's business ventures in Ukraine and China during that period, and they have turned up evidence that the Hunter Biden led clients to believe that he could provide access to vice president's office. But they have not provided evidence that Biden took any official actions to help those businesses or benefited financially from them. And the effort will almost certainly fail to remove Biden from office. And even if the House votes to impeach the president, the Senate would then have to vote to convict him on the charges by a two-thirds vote, which is a near impossibility in a chamber where Biden's fellow Democrats hold a 51 to 49 majority.
Mr. Speaker, for what purpose does the gentleman from Massachusetts seek recognition?
And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report. Listen in.
Earlier in the day, the president's son, Hunter Biden, was subpoenaed for a closed-door deposition. He arrived on Capitol Hill, spoke to reporters, and left. He did not enter the building to sit down for that closed-door deposition, defying the subpoena. Just hours later, the House voted on party lines to authorize an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. And while it's very unlikely that the Senate will pass it, considering the fact that it is a Democrat majority Senate right now, still Republicans hope that this impeachment inquiry will bolster their argument for Hunter's subpoena. Republicans are now moving to hold the president's son in contempt of Congress for not showing up for that testimony. In a statement ahead of the vote, lawmakers said that this impeachment inquiry against President Biden will help them in court to get the proper documents. Today's obstruction by Hunter Biden reinforces the need for a formal vote. That's what they said before that vote. So while Democrats argue that Hunter Biden's legal problems have nothing to do with President Biden himself, and it's not Hunter that's running for the 2024 presidential election, Republicans argue that with this impeachment inquiry and the subpoena for Hunter Biden, they'll get enough information to figure out whether or not Biden, as vice president, was indeed involved in obstruction and his son's business dealings. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.